I'll say that this game really showed us the level of speed and aggressiveness that you have to play with. Was appreciative of the game here from Coach Oats. Some nice things, bad first half, but came back the second half and fought like we knew how to play. And we'll take some nuggets from this game and get back and be ready to practice and be ready for Missouri.
Questions for the players?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dain Dainja, how do you feel about your performance in this matchup? You have played two top 10 programs in this day two exhibition.
I feel like I'm great. I'm getting my body back right. The last exhibition we had, I had a couple of back problems, but I'm feeling good, and I just changed my mentality. I try to come out, have energy, and just be a big presence on the defensive end. I knew I would get myself going. So.
Tyrese Hunter, how do you feel as the point guard of this team after playing two top 10 programs in two exhibition games?
I think we're still learning as a whole group. Even myself, just getting the feel out there with those guys, being going at it. So, pretty good. Just got to get better in certain areas. Just keep progressing throughout the whole year.
And Tyrese, was the message kind of at halftime to attack, because you guys really seemed to attack Alabama, and not just settle for threes and jump shots, but you're trying to get to the rim?
Yeah, I think just got to be the aggressor. You got to throw punches first, and be confident. Going into the basket. Whether they help kick out, just be aggressive the whole time.
Does PJ's ability to kind of step up in the second half, he's kind of done that twice now, does that surprise either of you?
No, I think PJ didn't put through this last year going on to this year his reputation on who the player who he is and who you can expect him to be. So I think it's no surprise. Just got to play off that, and he makes the guys around him better. So.
Dain, what's the talk in the locker room after going down 20? What inspired y'all to fight that hard in the second half?
Really just our energy. I feel like we just talked about just doing the little things. It starts on the defensive end. So just locking in on that, and then rebounds. We kind of got out rebounded the first half. So the talk was just focusing on the little things. We knew we could come back. It was just keeping our energy high.
And what did you think you did well, and what can you build on going forward?
Ball screen coverages. I feel like I can still do a little bit better on that. I feel like I made some improvements today. But just my defense. I know I'm a scorer down there. Get to the foul line. Just making my free throws. So yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, this is for you. It's two games like this where it's kind of like up and down a little bit, and then obviously both losses. Does it do anything to your confidence level, whether it's good or bad going into the season? A little less confident, more confident?
I feel like we just as good as these teams. It's just the little stuff. Just rebounding, making the extra plays. Boxing out, talking to each other, communicating. I feel like we just as good as these teams, if not better. We just got to tighten up on the little things. We got to practice. The way we practice is a big thing. We got to practice harder. Guys seen how we can play in the second half. So I feel like we just start off like that and just play like that the whole game. We're just as good as anybody in the country.
As you guys have played these two games, do you feel like you found your identity, or you still feel like you need to play a little bit more basketball to figure it out?
I think we found our identity, just knowing who we are and the team that we want to be. And like I said, that's just building confidence throughout the whole team and establishing who we're going to be. And that starts, just in practice, just playing hard, and giving guys confidence in their role and who they're going to be throughout the season.
All right, we'll let the players go and take some questions for Coach. Thank you, guys. On the end here.
Penny, we heard from Dain, but in the locker room at halftime when you're down 20, what buttons are you pressing on your guys to get them to get up?
Yeah, it was obvious that they came out with so much aggression on both ends of the floor. You could tell they were trying to knock us out early. They were trying to be in control of the game from the very beginning on the offensive end, attacking the paint, on the defensive end, playing very physical blowing up our dribble handoffs and not letting us post up easily and not letting us get to the basket. So they just played harder and wanted it more in the first half, and we got in the deficit. We were close for about 6 or 7 minutes, and then they made a run and pushed away. And I always said at halftime, because we weren't boxing out, they had 10 offensive rebounds, and we were like, hey, if we're going to do anything in the second half, we're going to hit.
I asked the players about this a second ago, obviously, but this is the second time in these exhibitions that PJ has really stepped up with the scoring in the second half. Is that kind of the idea there, to kind of let him be the one to close the gap?
Well, I've seen that up close and personal last year when he played for Tulsa, so I know how dynamic he is. And I think as the moment gets bigger, he goes harder and he becomes the guy. And I think these guys understand that. Tyrese said it. He has a reputation of being able to take over games, and in both second halves he did that. So that's just who he is.
And Coach, now that you've had a chance to see Alabama, you watched them on film, you've seen it up close. What is your overall impressions for first part? And the second question, talk about adding a guy like Mike Davis to your staff, who everybody loves throughout the state.
Yeah, well, first, just see a well-coached, dynamic, tough group that's together. That's what I see in Alabama. They execute, and they're very tough. It's just, Coach Oats has done a great job of putting them in position and recruiting character and recruiting guys that he knows that wants to win for the culture and not just for themselves. So that's what I see. And then adding Coach Mike Davis has been a dream. He's been a guy that from day one has been in the office countless hours just trying to help me in every kind of way. We talk every day, pretty much 3 or 4 times a day, whether in person or on the phone, just about basketball all the time. So I finally met a match with a guy that loves the game and wants to be around the game and talk the game all the time. So it's been great having him.
Yes, Coach. What was it like to witness Musa Cisse, a guy who returned to the program and have a great effort tonight, and also a guy like Baraka, who's been a pretty good defensive specialist for you in the past 2 seasons?
Yeah, it was great to see Musa back. Obviously we wanted him to play against Carolina, but didn't want to chance anything. But this was a great test for him because they really went small ball a lot with him out on the court. And just to see him just get his wind and rim protect and try to get back in because he's been injured a lot. Like out of the last couple months, he's probably only had 5 or 6 practices, 7 practices. So he's kind of out of rhythm. But I gave him more minutes tonight. And Dain was having a fantastic game. But since it was the last exhibition, I kind of wanted to see him out there and give him some minutes. And Baraka is just a guy that cares. He's tough and he competes. And you're going to get that every night.
Are you worried about the shooting, about the three-point shooting specifically? It's, I think, 6 out of 30-something the first 2 games. Is it too soon to worry about it?
Yeah, I think it's too soon because in the North Carolina game, we took a lot of very low percentage threes. Tonight we had better looks and just didn't make them. But when we start playing through the guys a different way and then get more spot ups and play out of closeouts, then it'll be more opportunities for us to get knockdowns because we shoot every day as much as any team in the country, and this team can shoot. It's just a matter of how we're getting them. I think guys are just over anxious. I mean, you don't have every day where you play the number 9 team in the country and the number 2 team in the country. Maybe they put an added pressure on themselves because nobody plays a schedule like this early in the season. You get a chance to build up. So for us, it was good. Shooting wasn't good, but I'm sure we'll make them as we go on.
And then Colby not starting, was there anything?
No. I think I just wanted to give Rook a chance to get out there and bring Kobe off the bench. Nothing personal, man. We just got to all row the boat in the same direction no matter what I decide. They have to back me and have my back, and then we just have to go to war as a team.
Okay, we got 2 more questions. First one back here.
Coach, you brought the pressure up full court this game. Obviously, you didn't do that against North Carolina. Still gave up a lot of points, but forcing turnovers, kind of that chaos in the second half. What did you see from this group with the pressure?
Yeah, the pressure was great. I give that an A, because we got up, obviously being in practice and then having an opportunity to. I didn't do it against Carolina. I did it tonight, and it looked really good without us really, doing it every single day. We work on it, but we don't work on it like that. And just to see those guys compete in the second half and get up in pressure, the pressure bothered them. We turned them over 20 times, so that gives me some confidence because we have a couple more different things that we do full court that we're going to add, but we know that we have that in our back pocket with that trap.
Up front, right here.
Tyrese Smith, can you kind of explain what happened, why he was held out? Will he be good for Mizzou?
Yeah, after the days that he came back, had a great practice that first day, and the next day, he and Nick got in a tussle, and Nick fell. He gets the rebound and then lands on Nick's foot, and then tweaks his ankle. So that, to me, was just bad luck. It was just, we really needed him tonight because his energy would have matched with those guys. I'm hoping that he's back by Missouri, but we're just being cautious right now. But he did have he landed on Nick's foot and like tweaked his ankle. So he's doing light shooting, but not anything major.
And then Buddha,
Go
is it Kibi?
Yeah, Kibe.
What's the stats update on him?
Yeah, that's just something to do with academics and eligibility, as far as getting him eligible.
Right here's the last question.
Yes, Coach. Ask the players about the identity of the team. How do you feel about that?
I think tonight we established who we are. In that second half, we established that we're tough, get up in your face, pressure you, make you, disrupt you. This group is finally understanding that's what it's all about. And when Dain said we have to practice harder, it's not we have to kick him in the butt to make them practice harder. So they know now the energy of playing the number 2 team in the country, what it looks like, what it feels like. And our identity now is that team that we had in the second half. That's who we are.